Doesn't Chuck look great? I always thought this was one of Charlton Heston's best roles because he's so nasty, so real. Bring me some booze. Just steals the towels, steals the soap. He's an animal. He's an animal and he's a cop. Doesn't have all that cutesy bull stuff you usually find in a sci-fi flick. I like it. Great scene there where Edward G. Robinson cries over eating beef. If it wasn't Edward G. Robinson, you'd think that was a hokey scene, right? Okay, it's slow. I know. It's made in 1973. They were slower then. Just hang on a little longer, okay? All right, go. Okay, blah, 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 exposition, 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 plot, 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 plot. Come on, let's get to it. Have a beer. We got a bunch of girls in pastel mini dresses coming up. It's like some kind of lesbo orgy party. So watch that. Did they have lesbo orgy parties in the 70s? They have lesbo orgy parties now? You know where they are? Chuck has that one line where he says to Cheryl, "Don't you ever get mad?" And she says, "What for?" After he says that, then he's a feminist, right? So he can jump in bed with her. I don't think you could do that today. I don't think this movie's on the National Organization for Women approved viewing list, but we won't worry about that right now, will we? Come on, let's watch the rest of it. Don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against feminists. I'm a feminist. I love women, lots of women. The scoops are on their way, the scoops are on their way. One of the great scenes in sci-fi history. Trash people. A lot of people in Congress would like to do that today, right? It's just scoop them up, move them off the streets. So much for the political portion of our program. Sorry, won't happen again.
Host Joe Bob Briggs on Soylent Green.
Edward G. Robinson is headed home. This is that sequence that everybody remembers from the 70s. Chilling sequence. I'm not kidding. I'm not even gonna make any jokes about this sequence. Just roll it.
Back to Monstervision host Joe Bob Briggs on Soylent Green.
You've already figured it out, right? Can Chuck save the world now that Eddie G is dead? Time for the conclusion of Soylent Green. And I'm glad we showed this again, you know? People should watch this movie every year. When Charlton Heston stars in an environmental movie, you know things are getting serious. Well, so at the end of Soylent Green, I'm not sure whether Charlton saved the world or not. What do you think? I mean, he's yelling about it, but I don't think his boss is listening. Anyhow, that's a great movie from the 70s. And I'm Joe Bob Briggs, and this is Monstervision, and we're about to watch a minor cult classic called The Legend of Boggy Creek. And this thing has moments in it that'll just make you go, I can't believe I'm watching this. But what makes it so great is that the filmmaker, Charles Pierce of Texarkana, Arkansas, he obviously believes he's making a documentary. There really is a monster out there crawling through the bogs around Falk, Arkansas, and he's determined to be historically accurate in the way he tells the story, and he even uses many of the actual people who saw the monster playing themselves in the movie. And they do a pretty dang good job. The picture really grows on you. And I should mention that we feel kind of close to this picture around here at Monstervision because our director, Tom Moore, made another movie with Charles Pierce, the second most famous picture ever shot in Texarkana, called The Town That Dreaded Sundown, another drive-in classic. Maybe we'll show it one of these days. And then he also made the sequel, Return to Boggy Creek, which we won't talk about that. It's not quite as successful as The Legend of Boggy Creek. But tonight we're going to watch the best movie in the history of Texarkana. And, well, you'll see. Remember the people that are telling this story, they actually saw the monster. That's what makes this such fun. So check it out. I'll be here. The Legend of Boggy Creek. Okay, roll it.